picked up. So this is going to be a Roger jungle.
Yep, Roger in the jungle. I'm actually quite surprised, right? Because last time at SPS, when Falcons Vega qualified for MWI of Team Vitality, they did so well with Shell on Roger and Shell on Clint. So with the carry being picked up, it's interesting. Why do you think they went for carry?
I really just feel like that they want to have a good laning phase going up against the Claw.
Ready? We are. Thank you very much. A turn on LaFell. Love the Nightmare thing, all that too, LaFell. Love it. You know, did you get it?
I got it.
Hey, once again, it's me, Naisu, and Leo joining on the desk. It's this match number 2 for Group D. And yes, it's Team Vitality versus TLG once again at Tidal Legends Gaming. You know, they had a 1-1 in the previous series, man, so maybe they can replicate what they did in Game 1 to GGHD against the Queens of MLBB. Just non-stop. They've been winning. Just everything.
Undisputed. What was the number? 20-something?
20-something.
Over the past 3 years? Who's going to unseat him? Who's going to knock him off that throne? Tidal Legends is going to give it their all. Their Girl Scout try here.
That they could maybe have some cookies as well, but you know, for Team Vitality, what makes them so good, I think, you know, even LaFell touched on a bit on this in the draft. Those first three picks especially, this is something that you see constantly back from the men's teams, even when we were in MSC.
It's a very meta.
It's very meta.
Yeah.
The Kagura, I was not expecting. So it's refreshing to see, yes, like Eterna said, these debut picks on day 1 already. There's a lot of unique heroes coming up. I forgot the exact number that we got to see throughout MSC, but I think it was like upper 70s or if not 80s once we got through all that. But the Kagura pick, I don't know, how do you feel about it? Is it enough burst damage with the lineup that they have, even though they already have a Roger here?
It's been about 2.5 years since we saw Kagura in a, I don't know, consistent basis in the professional scene.
Yeah.
So with that said, there has been some changes on her, right? We were talking as Chokes goes ahead and applies some pressure on to Chell there, but yeah, no. I'm wondering if those changes are going to be enough.
Yeah.
To put her over the top and make her a legit pick once more.
Well, she's got the level 4 right now, so they're going to go ahead and make their way to this turtle. Looks like they have complete control over it too, so this might just be an objective in the hands of Team Vitality. And it looks like just that. Vival gets it. They come in though.
The diversion. And now Vermouth goes down. Quick response by Fumi Echo. And Bay's really trying, but Chinny takes her down. 2 free kills for Team Vitality. And now that's a purple attempt by Chokes. I'm not so sure this is wise.
Yeah, Chokes, you might want to get out of there. Looks like she's going to be forced back.
Whoa! All right.
Okay.
So she dashes through. Again, I think they knew that they weren't going to get punished hard.
Yeah. Well, looking at the SCC replay here, this is what I'm saying. They came in with the diversion. They wanted to fight, but I don't know. They were they weren't even fully healthy here when this fight broke out. And, you know, with the advantage of, like, if you're just looking at this early game advantage of having a Terizla in the hands of Fumi Echo, who, you know, naturally Terizla, especially early on with a Brave Smite and that body of Smith, he's tough. She's tough to take down. Yeah. Even with this, I mean, look at this. You're just going to force her back and she's going to be fine and will sustain back up here. And taking a look at the items, you know, early on, you got a lot of penetration coming out with the arcane boots.
Because that's all they need,
that's
really.
It.
There's an overabundance of CC coming in from the Queens of MLBB, and they're coming in at a low cost.
Wow.
I don't know how they call Vermouth there. Something tells me it's off of Vivian. The queen, the mother of tanks here, just caught her out of breath. And again, she had like 10 seconds left on that Purify.
Yeah.
Vermouth had nowhere to go.
This is, again, as you're looking at just how they're dominating this early game, it's a rotation that you guys have seen many times if you've been fans of esports for MLBB.
They've been doing this since 2021. Yeah. This is the same play style. Even under the utility jungler meta, Vival was living in their opponent's jungles already.
Yeah, pretty much. And, you know, this allows her, because of how this is going, diversion is going to be used. I don't think they can stop that from happening. Just turret take already this early on, under the 5-minute mark.
Okay.
Chokes, though.
She's trying. Does she get it? She did. Now she's in trouble. Can Chokes finish the job? Oh, Chokes gets it. But where is the clapback? Chokes walks away. Off camera, Team Vitality scores another turtle off of Vival. And I guess that was enough of a tempo break, but you're still looking at about 2,500 gold ahead for Team Vitality.
No,
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Shell!
All right, Shell. I didn't expect her. Like, she didn't even use the flicker. She didn't have to.
Nothing. There was just full-on commit. I don't know what Yinwei was trying to get at there, but I hope that the death was worth the gold she was getting off of the plate.
I was going to say, she got some gold, but, like, even with that, look, 2,000 ahead for Team Vitality because of this macro play that they're making that they've done time and time again, which is reason why they've just been so dominant in the women's scene here for MLBB. So for TLG, it's like, you know, they're trying to find something. It's almost at this point where, you know, as we even look at the replay, this is already after Yunhoi was pushing for that gold. We get a slow-mo look too, because just Shell comes in. Of course, she's going to feel good about that.
She didn't even expect that she would get it that quickly, right?
Yeah.
And now here's a concealed play coming in. The BMI out. Yinhua is not going anywhere. She could have flickered, but I'm sure she would have died still.
Yeah, most likely would have got dove under that turret. So, you know, again, at this point for Team Vitality, they're scaling up really quickly. Even from a carry, mid lane though.
Fumi Echo catching all of that and still standing.
The body of Smith, that passive, just allowing Fumi Echo to be so tanky. I know, you know, the body of Fumi Echo at this point, it's just tanky enough.
She's just standing there. Like
she's
capable. She has the kit. She's got the guts. And now here comes Vivian, asserting dominance. Look, Chokes, she has to think about it. Where do I go from here? Oh, here comes Vermouth, alone. That could have been disastrous. And now the flicker away from Kinzaki. Team Vitality is just walking through.
It's like they have, you know, these checkboxes that they're just going down a list. You know, they have these steps every time they go into a game. And now third turtle's up. We're right there on point. We go and grab it. We zone them out. Oh, Kanazaki.
Got the I'm offended. Looking for the knock-up. Fumi Echo. That's a lot of damage. Yinhua blazing the way into the back line. Fumi Echo still standing. She gets her. And now Vival traded out with Chokes. Can Chini get it? Throws out an umbrella. Taking down TLG's jungler. 2 for 1 the trade so far. But look at this. Chell was working quietly off camera as Vivian might not be able to defend. Can she do this? Oh, looking for some damage. Looking at it. Gets her.
Oh, and then she's actually going to come in and clean a kill too. Kanzaki down. Not sure if Shell can get anything further, but good response.
And off camera, there's still that massive wave. So TLG have to clean up house. Interesting how Team Vitality are allowing certain things from TLG, but something tells me it's a calculated risk. Like, I'll let you come in a step further, but we're working on something else 3 or 4 steps back.
It's almost like they, you know, it's either a game of chess or a code in their own where, you know, we'll, if and, basically, for coding. You can go ahead and do this, we'll cap off something from that, and even push on a macro level. And all this kind of leads into is eventually the Lord fight, you know? So for TLG, it's like they've managed to find a couple wins here. But when it comes to the objective that is coming up, I don't think they're anywhere near where they want to be.
They still shouldn't engage.
They should not engage because of just simply the lineup. I mean, I don't have to go down the list, but just because of an Edith and a Terizla alone is a lot to handle.
Looking at the map, again, TLG is just about to score their first turret off cam. There it is, down bottom. Up top, Vitality take another. I'd say it's a little bit closer to chess. We'll talk about it later after Fumi Echo goes in with the penalty zone. Lots a lot of damage coming through. Pulled in underneath tier 1 in mid. Chokes goes down. Can they get the revenge kill on the Vivian? The answer is no. Yunwei falls. In comes Bay, dashing from one to another. Not before she goes down. 2. The shutdown on the Bay. Double kill on the way out. 3 for 2 the trade. I'm saying it's closer to chess. Like, take this juicy knight, but we're taking your queen.
Yeah. And with that, they're going to go ahead and get themselves this Lord off of that. You know, as we look at the replay, this is exactly what Team Vitality wanted to do. Fumi Echo goes down, and Vivian. They both go down in an exchange, but they get the 3 from a TLG plus the objective. All part of the plan, and Shell is just completely fine firing off. You know, having this time, and of course there's going to be some frustration there, TLG. But again, They know what they're up against.
And something tells me even TLG knows what they're capable of getting on the back end too, because that's why Yinwei and Bei were saying that was close. We could have gotten them, because they were the two closest to achieving something against Team Vitality in that moment. They could have. Bei got the double.
Yep.
Yinwei was blazing the winning into the back line there.
It's just she's taken care of so fast. Like, that's the problem.
She's not fully kitted out.
She's not kitted out. That's the point, right? I think especially when you're talking about defensively, usually you see those Wind of Nature's picked up. Look at the items here. She's just got two.
Not even a Trinity. She
doesn't have the Trinity. And I think even if you get to that point where you have the Trinity, you also have to account for that magic burst, you know, coming out from this pick, because that's a holy crystal now online for Cine. So Lord's taken care of.
Yep.
They at least deal with that. But I'm not sure. Does Team Vitality want to push this any further? I think they're still going to go ahead and be the discipline. Like I said, they got boxes, man. And they'll go down those steps and check those off one by one. They're very disciplined in how they approach this, even with the lead that they have. I mean, looking at the damage, you know, this Kagura pick was a surprise, something we typically don't see often, but it's paying dividends.
Again, you're talking about discipline. She's one of the heroes that you can just leave the damage out there and protect yourself with, and you have a cleanse built in. That's the concealed play coming in from Vivian. Finds no one. Does force out a final slash from Bei, and they let it go. They go ahead and take away all these resources from Chokes. I've been in this situation. I play a lot of Julian in rank. And when you can't jump in because your opponent outvalues you in CC, it's kind of miserable. You're just walking around like,
how do I, you know, at least you can retreat. Like, you have a way to retreat, but your whole point they talked about this in the draft, was that interaction where we usually see the Genius Wands built up, you know, or the Holy Crystals, whatever path is taken first, and you work really well with kind of like a burst combination, especially with a Luo Yi. And unfortunately, that just has not worked. That game plan that they approach this from TLG has not worked for them. And part of it is just the way that Team Vitality's been playing with their frontliners. Tanking that up, it works great, because you can see she's got the Genius Wand, she's got the Divine Glaive,
and the Feather,
Yep. So the damage should be there. It's more so like, can we get the placement? Oh, they go in,
and there's the pull. Vivian welcoming it. Look at Vival looking for targets. Vivian very low. The blazing the back line. Bei goes down. Vermouth as well. Yinwei follows. That's just 3 free for Team Vitality, and they collapse. Rojo Kessron, he's gonna fall. There's just about one left. Kinzaki, the lone survivor for TLG.
Kinzaki, she's just going to be able to watch this as a full force of Team Vitality.
Just 1 minion, is that all Team Vitality needs? The answer is yes! The Queens end at 12-22.
The Queens of MLBB. Victorious 20+ times at this point, going on 3 years further. I'll take it away.
Thank you again, guys. Thank you, Naisu. Thank you, Leo, as well, for bringing us that game. But again, it was insane. And right now, Vitality, they're still sitting at a win streak, you know, even through from SPS.
Let me just say, I would describe it as Team Vitality is just way ahead of the curve, right?
Okay.
Because I see the 1v1s that they do is very good. Their rotations is very solid. And TLG, honestly, they made quite a few mistakes here. Like, for example, the earlier diversion coming in from Vermouth, it was ambitious because their HP was so low, so I don't know why they tried to go for that fight. And then later on, we see Chokes. Honestly, is amazing using the Julian, able to get out of very sticky situations, but you're taking a lot of a risk for very small return. So I kind of feel like them going up against Team Vitality, where Team Vitality has a very strong base, very strong core understanding of the game, they just make better decisions. Where compared to TLG, sometimes the choices they make have a lot of risk. It just doesn't have a lot of return.
Fundamentals.
Yeah, the fundamentals.
Right? The fundamentals of the game. And I